Hey, fellow mathers, before we get into this episode, you need to know that registration for the free Math is Figureoutable challenge is open. We want to empower teachers with PD to help you keep your students engaged and doing the math that matters. Register at mathisfigureoutable.com/challenge.
That's right. Registration's open for the free Math is Figureoutable challenge, and it's starting August 26th and runs till the 28th at 7 p.m. Central. Join a community of like-minded math teachers from all over the world as we give you our take on math class with high-energy, engaging sessions.
It'll be challenging. It'll be inspiring. It'll be eye-opening. You don't want to miss it. Apart from the math, there'll be some super cool bonuses and prizes. You won't just walk away with routines that are naturally engaging. You'll also have a chance to win over $6,000 worth of prizes, including a few virtual PD sessions for your school.
You can register at mathisfigureoutable.com/challenge for a fantastic learning experience. That's mathisfigureoutable.com/challenge. Now on to the episode.
Hey, fellow mathers. Welcome to the podcast where math is figure-outable. I'm Pam Harris, a former mimicker turned mather.
And I'm Kim Montague, a reasoner who now knows how to share her thinking with others. At Math is Figureoutable, we are on a mission to improve math teaching.
We know that algorithms are amazing achievements, but they're not good teaching tools because mimicking step-by-step procedures can actually trap students into using less sophisticated reasoning than the problems are intended to develop.
In this podcast, we help you teach mathing, building relationships with your students and grappling with mathematical relationships.
And we invite you to join us to make math more figure-outable. Not rote memorizable, but figure-outable. Bam! Hey, Kim.
Hi.
All right, we're going to dive in today. Kim was like, surprise me. And I was like,
yeah, it's a little scary to say that to you.
Well, except for you're the one who did it. You're like, surprise me. I'm like, oh, sweet. So Kim has no idea what we're doing today.
None. No idea.
Super fun. So I was recently in an 8th grade classroom. We were filming and videoing at the same time. Videoing.
Oh.
We were, what is the right word? Filming? Videoing?
You could say either.
Shooting. Shooting's probably not a good thing to say with schools.
We were taking video of you.
There we go.
And students.
I was teaching a problem string to 8th grade students. We filmed all day long. It went super well. I had a really good time. The teacher was amazing. The instructional coach was in the room. We had such a good time. We put these videos in our membership so teachers can watch problem strings with real kids and, like how we, not fake kids, how we pull out the, I know you hate it when I say
I hate when you say real kids.
Which is why I said not fake kids.
I know.
Real classrooms, they're not staged. That's what I mean.
Right,
what I mean is it's not a stage. Like we don't cut stuff. Whatever happens, happens. And sometimes I like, oh my, it's like, yeah. Every once in a while. And then we actually talk over them for our membership to like give kind of a voiceover. Anyway, blah, blah, blah. When I was doing it, I did this particular string. It went super well. And it was kind of fun to watch kids kind of come alive a little bit because you could tell they had done some of this kind of math, but that we were actually kind of figuring it out. And yeah. Okay. So here we go. Kim, ready?
Yeah.
Kim.
Yes.
If I were to give you a bunch of numbers and ask you to find the mean of those numbers,
yep.
Do you remember which, like there's mean, median, mode? That's kind of social knowledge to know which word goes with a thing.
Yep. The mean is the average.
And what do you mean by average? Maybe I'll give you some numbers. Can I give you numbers?
Yeah.
Okay. So if I gave you these numbers, 10, 10, 10, 10, and 10.
Pretty easy.
So I think you have 5 10s. Do you have 5 10s?
Let's
make sure we have the same. Okay, we have 5 10s. So what's the mean of that set of 5?
It's 10.
Okay, but maybe that's the mode. Do you have that wrong? Like what's the
it's that too.
What's the median then?
It's still 10.
Okay, and how do you know? So let's just briefly, like do you remember what mean, median, and mode are?
Mode is the most often occurring.
Okay.
What were the other ones?
Median
is if you consider the lowest amount to the highest amount, which one is in the middle.
Going to line them up, and then the one right in the middle is the median. Okay, and then the mean, like you said, was the average.
Yeah.
And so one way to think about that is if I kind of on my paper here, say I had a bunch of like grid paper, and I kind of drew a column of 10 and a column of 10 and another column of 10, like 5 columns of 10.
Yep.
And I was like, where do they even out? You're like, well, they're pretty even already.
Yep.
And so a way to kind of think about the mean is like kind of where those columns even out. And
Yep.
in this case, it's just like 10. Okay.
Yep.
Next problem. Here is your set of numbers. Ready? 9,
Yep.
10, 10, 10, and 11.
Yep.
Now, before you go too far, can I just, on the board, I would have a column of 9, a column of 10, 10, 10. So 3 columns of 10, and then a column of 11. And then the question is, what is the mean?
Are you ready for me to answer?
I am ready.
Okay. It's 10.
Sorry.
It's 10.
And how do you know it's 10?
Because I'm going to give one from the 11 to the 9, and now everybody has 10.
And so you sort of evened it out, and bam, I would, if and literally I could kind of circle that one on the 11, that one that was kind of above 10, and kind of scoot it over to the 9, and now they're all 10. Cool. Okay.
Yep.
Next problem. This time there's only 4 values.
Okay.
5.
Yep.
5.
Yep. 15.
15.
Okay.
Okay, so listeners, maybe pause. Ask yourself, what's the mean? Kim, go ahead when you're ready.
It is 10.
Okay, now that was the problem before. Are you're on the right problem?
I am.
Tell me why, or tell us why. Ooh, look at me! I just caught it. Tell us why.
Well,
tell us why.
One of you here, so that's fair.
Well, I mean, there's hopefully more than one person listening to the podcast. Please. Thank you, listeners, for making this worth it. We appreciate you listening. And hey, maybe I'll be actually really serious there. We appreciate your time and attention. Like that's not a trivial thing.
No.
Thank you. Right. Sit up tall. We're like grateful. Okay, go ahead.
Okay, so I'm gonna take 5 from the 15 and give it to the first 5.
Okay.
And I'm gonna take 5 from the other 15 and give it to the second 5. So now everybody has 10.
Bam, you've evened it out, and so the mean is still 10. Cool.
I'm not a mom of 4 kids, but that's how I would do it at my house.
You'd make sure it's all even?
Yeah.
Nice. Okay, next problem. 6, 7, 9, 10.
Mm-hmm.
And we want the mean. This time we want the mean.
Yeah. This time.
This time.
Okay. Do you want me to tell you where you just want the number, the amount?
Well, tell me the mean first. Tell us the mean first, and then tell us how.
Well, I have to think for a second. I'm gonna take.
Thinking is allowed.
Yeah.
Thinking is encouraged.
Encouraged, even. I'm gonna take 2 from the 10 and give it to the 6. Now those are both 8. Then I've got a 7 and a 9. Okay, so I'm going to give that one from the 9 to the 7, and now everybody's got 8. So the average is 8.
So you're saying the mean is 8.
So
you can kind of move things around a little bit, and bam, once they're all kind of even, you're good. Okay, next problem.
Yep.
16.
14. Wait, new paper.
Oh,
16.
Sorry, new paper. Hey, you got a pencil? Do you got a pencil or a pen?
I do, and a tiny little Post-it. I didn't know I was going to write all these numbers.
Oh, sorry. Yeah,
that's okay.
You're going to
16.
need a few Post-its. 14.
14. Okay.
10. 8.
8. Okay.
And the mean, please. This time we're going to find the mean.
Yeah. All the mean. All right, I'm moving 4 from the 16 to the 8. Now those are both 12. Taking 2 from the 14, giving it to the 10. So now they're 12. So the mean is 12 all the way around.
So you're just being able to just really move these guys around, and you're comfortable that then you kind of everybody has the same, and that's the mean. Okay, that seems kind of helpful. This next series has 10 numbers. Excuse me, 5 numbers. 5 numbers. Sorry, okay. 5. One of them is 10. That's what I saw. Okay. So 12.
Yep.
8. 10. That's the 10 I saw. 12. 8.
Yeah. So the mean's 10.
Ooh. You didn't even give people a chance to think.
I'm sorry, people. I'm sorry, one listener.
What was happening that you were able to, like, it almost seems like you were kind of doing something as I went.
Yeah. When I saw the 12 and 8, I was kind of hoping that it would be like 10 was right between them, and then I got excited when you said 10, and then the next 12 and 8, 10 was right between them. So I was kind of thinking about what's between the 2 numbers you gave me.
Nice. So that you're welcome for giving you problems that kind of made you excited. That was kind of okay. Next set: 24.
Yep.
24.
Yep.
20.
Okay.
16. 16.
Okay. 20 It is.
Whoa.
Dang it. I'm sorry, listeners. Shoot.
Tell us about that.
I need to put my thumb up.
Oh, yeah, that'd be good. So listeners,
Okay.
get ready. Get your thumb on your podcast and push pause
Right.
so that you get a chance to think before Kim just blurts out the answer.
I will stop doing that. I apologize.
No, tell because again, that kind of seemed like you were thinking something as we were going. Which, to be clear, I didn't really catch that with those 8th graders. I don't know that there was a whole lot going on as maybe there was. Maybe. I bet there was somebody in the room.
So the 24 and 24
Yeah.
are both 4 up. They're connected to the 16 and 16. So like they're 4 above the 20 and the 16's 4 below the 20.
It's almost like you can kind of feel this like balance thing kind of happening. Like you've got these extras over here and you've got less over here. If you kind of throw those, what are you throwing? 4? Are you throwing 4 onto the 16 from the 24 to the 16?
From each 24, yeah.
Do you know what you were thinking when I said 24, 24, 20?
I was thinking about how much above the 24 was from the 20.
Okay.
Like I was up 8 at that point from the 20.
Yeah.
But also I didn't know that 20 was going to be the median until you said the 16.
It is the median, isn't it?
Yeah.
Is it the mode?
No. Once I average them, 20 would be the mode, but it's not actually.
Which values are happening the most often?
20 is not the mode. 24 and 16 are the mode.
There you go. Okay. And that's
I was saying if you let me give you the readjusted numbers of 2020, 2020.
Oh, gotcha.
It's not how it works, Kim.
And so in this no, you're good. In this particular one, we would call that bimodal. There's 2 modes.
Okay.
So those numbers are happening more.
Look at you give me words as they occur.
And we would call that just-in-time vocabulary, right? Okay, just in time. Cool. All right, Kim.
Yeah.
We only have 2 problems left. You're doing fantastic. This time, maybe take a breath.
I feel like the clunker's coming.
I don't know. I was just saying, maybe take a breath before you do this one.
Okay.
Okay, 12, 12, 12, 10, 10. Don't say it. Don't say it. Don't say it. Everybody thinking.
Mm-hmm.
So 3 12s and 2 10s, yeah?
Yep.
Okay. All right. I have no idea what you're going to do. I'm super curious.
What do I want to do? I'm seeing the 12s are 2 above the 10s. I'm thinking 11's going to be somewhere in there. So if I gave one from the 12, the 2 12s that I first wrote down to the 10s, then I would have 11, 11, 12, 11, 11.
Yeah, I'm just going to say that again, just so podcast listeners who are driving can hear that.
Okay.
So now you have 11, 11, 12, 11, 11.
Uh-huh.
So that could have been a different set that I gave you that would have the same mean.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. Okay, cool. That seems kind of interesting. Okay.
So I'm going to make that middle number 11 by taking away 1.
Okay.
I'm going to kind of like hold it to the side. So now I have a whole bunch of 11s.
All 11s. Uh-huh.
Uh-huh. But I have this extra 1.
Uh-oh. What are you going to do with that 1?
I know. I need to share it among all 5. So everybody gets a 0.2.
Ha!
So
I knew
11, 11.2.
Did you think percent? I was super curious.
I didn't. I thought about 20 cents.
All right. Well, I mean, that totally works, right? It's like you have $1 and you have to spread it among those 5. That was the hardest thing for the 8th graders. Once they got the 11s like you did, and they're like, but there's this extra 1.
Yeah.
Like, what do we do with that 1? And I was like, I don't know. What can you do with that $1 and those 5 people? And then they're like, oh. And then some of them still really had to think about $1 divided by 5.
Sure.
Which is interesting. You know, one of the things that we talk about is there are some fractions that we really ought to spend more time on. So kids kind of own more. Like there are special fractions that matter more. And fifths, I think, would be one of them. Okay. Sure. So once you spread that 1 among those 11s and you got that 0.2, the question was, what's the mean?
11.2.
11.2. So they're all at 11 and that extra 0.2. And I had written down 11 and 1/5.
Oh, okay.
So should I mark you wrong?
Absolutely.
Not. All right, cool. All right, Kim, last problem of the string. I hope this has been kind of fun for you.
Yeah, I like it.
Okay, here we go. Ready? 12, 10, 12, 10, 12.
Okay.
All right, 5 numbers.
Yep.
12, 10, 12, 10, 12. All right. I'd love to hear your thinking out loud. After, pause the podcast, listeners, and figure it out. And okay, come on back, Kim.
I love when you say pause and then you keep talking.
You hate it when I do that.
Hey, everybody go think. I'm going to keep talking while you do that.
And you're back there making faces at me. Y'all
Oh, I'm like, I
see
shake my
Kim
head every
when
time.
Kim's in the back of a workshop and I do that. It's terrible. I will get better one day. I don't know when. I'm
It's
not gonna
okay.
promise. I'm not gonna promise when because it hasn't happened yet. But I'll be like, all right, everybody think, and then I keep talking, and Kim is in the back just shaking her head. Just looks at me like, you dork. I don't know if dork
Okay.
is dork the word you're thinking?
No, I don't
Don't
ever
don't
say dork.
don't
I've
we don't
never said
swear
that word.
we don't swear on this podcast, Kim, so don't,
I don't say no.
don't say what you're actually
I
thinking.
literally am like, oh no,
You're
stop
like, Pamela,
talking.
Pamela, that's what you say. You're back there going, Pamela,
I
Pamela,
am.
Pamela, Pamela, you big
Okay.
dork. You don't say the word dork? What's wrong with the word dork? I'm kidding.
I
I'm
do
kidding.
not
Tell
say
us.
dork. Okay.
Okay.
So they would all be 10 except for there's 4 extra. The 212s have 2 extra, so there's 4 extra that then needs to be redistributed.
Okay, so hang on a second. Let's make sure we have the same numbers.
12, 10, 10, 10, 12.
No, sorry. So
Oh,
you were about to give me a great answer for a different problem.
did you not say that? Did I
No,
hear it wrong?
I might have. I don't know, but
Okay.
but here's what I
We'll try
meant.
again.
Here's what I meant.
Okay.
12, 10, 12, 10, 12. So there
12,
should
10, 12, 10, 12.
yeah.
Okay, so now I have 6 extra from
Okay.
the 10.
Okay.
And I don't know why I just thought about it that way.
Yeah, I don't either.
Why did I think about it that way? Because
That's
I'm
good.
thinking of a different way,
Yeah,
which
okay.
is super fun. You want to hear
Yeah,
both ways?
I do.
Okay. Maybe because there were a whole bunch of 10s. Oh, I wonder if that's why. There were a whole bunch of 10s in the first thing. So I was kind of thinking like, here's a base level everybody has and what's the excess? So that's like a way I could think about it.
Yeah.
But what I've been doing is redistributing kind of like to your neighbor as the other way I've been thinking about it.
Yeah.
So because there's less 10s this time, I kind of want to just have the 12s give one to the 10.
Okay.
So then I have 11, 11, 11, 11, 12.
Okay.
But I actually like that less. So then I would do what I did before and I just have one extra one. Everybody would be 11, but I have one extra 1 because that last one was a 12.
Mm-hmm.
So then I could deal out that one, but I kind of actually like the first way I was thinking about it, where everybody's got a base of 10.
Okay.
And if that were true, then I have 6 extra because there were 3 12s.
Yeah.
Man, I hope people are writing stuff down. So then I want to redistribute that 6
over the 5
the
terms.
5.
Over the 5 terms. Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
And so
Yeah.
how does that work? 6 divided among those. What are you
6
doing?
divided by 5.
Oh, is that what you're doing?
I have 6 to give out to the 5 numbers, 5 people, 5 numbers.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
And
So
they were all at 10.
yeah.
And
so they get another 1.2. Because 6 divided by
Ah,
5 is 1.2. So now
that is not what I thought you were going to do.
Oh.
Once you had all those 11s and you
Uh-huh.
had that, no, sorry, 10s. You had all
Uh-huh.
those 10s and you had that extra 6.
Uh-huh.
I thought, or at least this is what my brain did. My brain said, oh, of that 6, I'm going to give out 5.
Okay. Yeah.
One each. And then I'm back to the 0.2,
Yeah.
the 1 divided among 5.
Mm-hmm.
But I like your 1 point. So you thought about 6/5 as
Mm-hmm.
1.2. Oh, that's nice.
That's
nice.
super fun. I like this one. You're
Woo!
right. I would like.
So, Kim, there might be teachers out there thinking, well, all right, Pam, so you had this fun with a little bit, like what, do kids really own mean? Well, I would want to have a conversation at this point about what does it mean? What does it mean? What were you doing in those last couple, what were you doing all over the place? Like, what does mean? And this is a good example of social versus logical knowledge, where the social knowledge is it mean, median, mode? Which one? Okay, mean. But now let's get the logical knowledge. Let's get the experience of balancing. Like nowhere in here were we lining them up and
Add
finding
them up
them.
and then divide.
Well, we weren't doing that either. But we also weren't lining them up and finding the middle. That
Right.
would be the median. And we also weren't counting the ones that shows up the most. We weren't finding the mode. And so we really had this experience where it was all about mean. And I don't know if you noticed, but a couple times I was like, and this time we're finding the mean.
Uh-huh.
And that was a purposeful teacher move on my part to emphasize that this experience is of this averaging thing, this mean, and it's called mean. We're doing this thing, and this is what it's called. We're doing this thing to build the logical mathematical sense of the balancing and the redistributing until they're all even, and that thing's called the mean. So that was a sort of purposeful way of bringing in logical, mathematical, and social. Go ahead.
Yeah, and I would argue that students using this experience, having this experience, understand what average or mean means. Far more than here's what mean is, add a stack of numbers, divide it with your calculator, but they have no clue that it's about balancing, about redistributing to see what everyone could have if it were equal.
Yeah, yeah, and
Which
that's
is what
a big
mean
sense.
is. Yeah.
We want to build that sense. Now, I could ask them those last two problems, and I could say, "Tell me more about those last two problems." So once you guys kind of found that base and you had that extra, what were you doing? And they're like, "Yeah, it's kind of like we had to like divide it among all of them." And I'm like, "Huh." So mean has something with like taking all of it and dividing it evenly among. That seems kind of important. Now we're kind of starting to connect. It's not like I don't ever want kids to think about the ways of finding the mean, that they could add the total and divide it evenly among the, but they now they're like
Now they know what it means.
they know
Yeah.
what it mean. It's funny how we use the word
Yeah.
mean. Hey, maybe sometime we'll do the next string that I followed up with. That was kind of fun. Hey, thanks, Kim. This was fun.
Yeah, thanks.
All right, y'all, statistics is figureoutable. Who knew? Bam, measures of center, kind of fun. Y'all, thank you for tuning in and teaching more and more real math. To find out more about the Math is Figureoutable movement, visit mathisfigureoutable.com and keep spreading the word that math is figureoutable. Thank you for listening and making math more figureoutable.
To learn even more, make sure you register for our free challenge at mathisfigureoutable.com/challenge. You're not going to want to miss the evenings of August 26th through 28th at 7 p.m. Central.
Help us spread the word that math is figureoutable by inviting your colleagues and leaders to join us. Because math is not about memorizing or mimicking, it's about mathing, real mathing. Register at mathisfigureoutable.com/challenge. We will see you there. Thanks for making math more figureoutable.